Passive income is a scam. And welcome to the Passive Income and Chill podcast, or welcome back. My name is Nana Alice Nayarko, and I'm so excited to have you here today. So, what we're going to talk about today is the fact that passive income is a scam, at least partially, the way some people talk about it. So, if anyone is ever telling you that you can get passive income with no upfront work whatsoever, they are just balls to the wall lying to you. Okay, there's no such thing as passive income without some sort of upfront work. Even if it's the most basic upfront work, you still have to do something in order to get the income that you're looking for. So, I want to talk about how to actually get to passive income without being scammed, especially in this day and age when everybody and their mother has something going on that feels kind of scammy, whether that's no tea, no shade, but MLMs, some of these MRR courses, and I'm a big fan of MRR. I'll do another show all about that. But, you have to be careful about what you get yourself into and what you don't get yourself into. And same goes for real estate. Again, I'm a huge fan of real estate. If you follow my YouTube channel or my podcast at all, you know that I am queen real estate and team real estate. But the same is true. You have to make sure that you are going with the tried and true things that are actually going to work and not things that can scam you. So, what do you need to do first? So, the first thing you want to do is pre work. Okay. So, this is going to be actually doing the research, doing your due diligence to find out if this is something for you. You need to understand it. Whatever it is you're getting into, whether it's real estate, depending on what strategy you want to do, flip and flick, fix and flip, buy and hold rentals, Airbnb, and you want to eventually turn that into passive income, you need to understand it. If it's digital products, you need to understand it. So that means doing your research, learning it, deep diving into it. And if you don't understand something at all, then you either need to do that research even more, or it's a hard pass. Like something is so complicated and so complex that you can't figure it out. That's not something you should be investing your time, money, and effort into. If you get into someone's room and they're explaining all these detailed plans on how everything is structured and how you're going to get paid and the commissions and this and that and the downline, upline, if you understand it and it makes sense to you, go for it. But if you don't, if it seems really complex and it seems like it needs to be explained to you over and over again, or they're not giving you the answers that you're looking for when you are actually asking them questions about it, go with your gut. If it's feeling shaky, if it's not feeling right, just move on. And again, if it's so complex that it really takes a lot to get and understand, it's probably not for you. Looking at you, Forex. Now, I'm just joking because I know there are some people who Forex has been amazing for them. I don't know of any of them personally, but I'm just, make sure you understand whatever it is that you're getting yourself into. It's best to choose a proven route and system than something that is completely untested. The next thing you want to do to make sure that passive income doesn't turn into a scam for you is to choose one thing first and stick with it. Now, as someone who has shiny object syndrome and is very passionate about multiple things, I'll admit this one is hard for me as well. It's so easy to get passionate. You guys know I love real estate. Right now, I do Section 8 rentals, and I also love digital products. So I have kind of combined the two to be sort of my one thing, but I will admit that I have gone further. I have seen way more success when I pick one and choose that lane and stick with it for a long period of time. It's better for me, for instance, with Section 8. I had stopped doing Airbnb, so I wasn't multitasking and trying to do all the things. And I really focused on, learning the system, getting my properties set up, getting my tenants in, working with the Section 8 housing authority, making sure I passed my inspections, making sure we were able to close on the new properties that we were looking at. I was also pregnant and then recently gave birth at the time that we did our last Section 8 property, which was last year. So we went under contract for that house, that property we bought. I was pregnant, and then we closed on our property, I think 3 weeks after I'd had my son. So I already had a lot on my plate. It was not the time to be doing Section 8 and digital products at the same time. So all that to say is I went all in with that and really had it up and running before I transitioned. And I still do my Section 8s. I'm still looking for another one right now. But I really had the system in place before I transitioned back to doing more digital products and things like that. So that's something to keep in mind, is that you'll go a lot further with whatever passive income stream you choose. If you start with one, pick one. Even if you've got others on the back burner, just list them out. Say you're going to get to them. Even give yourself a timeline so that you know, hey, that next thing is on the horizon. But solidify your game plan, solidify your system, and that upfront work to set everything up before you move on to the next. And there are so many different types of passive income streams that you can choose. It's all going to depend on, of course, your interests, what you're interested in, what you find fascinating, as well as your resources, right? So maybe you've got a little bit of money that you can put aside to a high yield savings account that's going to make you maybe $500 extra this year. Or maybe you've got a lot of money and that high yield savings account is going to make you a couple extra $1,000 a year. Maybe you want to get into dividend investing. So you're going to invest in stocks or ETFs that give you high yield dividend income every single month or every single quarter. And that really only takes, once you've done your research and chosen your stocks or your ETFs, and then you put it on automatic investment, it really doesn't take all that much time to set that up. So that's another thing, thinking about your time resources and your time budget, how much time you actually have to put into setting up your passive income stream. You can get into real estate and buy and hold investing. That's my top passive income stream, which is making cash flow every single month from my rental properties, right? And that took me, that can take you anywhere from 30 days to, depending on how long it takes you to find a property, set everything up, 3 to 6 months, right? So again, all of that takes time. Or you can do something that takes way less time, way less money, which is digital products, right? You can create your own digital product based on your knowledge, your passion, your experiences. Or if you don't really have the time or energy or know what you want to talk about, you can use done for you products like master resale rights. So that's using an already done for you product that you can resell for 100% profit. Or you can do PLR, which is very similar. It gives you the license to resell something for profit. Another great option is drop shipping, right? Because you don't have any inventory for yourself. You are the middleman finding low cost products, creating your website, and then reselling those products for a profit after you've covered your expenses. All of these take time to set up, but the amount of time each one takes differs, right? So you want to look at that and make sure that you are allocating enough time to whatever this passive income stream is going to be to make it work. So this is what I like to call, you have to get active to get passive, right? So this means making sure that you learn the system in and out for whatever thing that you've chosen, making sure that you set it up to the point where it's getting or running up to 95% on its own. And then you want to go ahead and scale it if you want to make even more passive income every single month, every single year. And of course, the ultimate goal is to be able to scale whatever that business or stream is up to the point where it can cover part of your monthly expenses, all of your monthly expenses, and maybe even more. Then and only then is it your time to decide if you want to diversify and try any other passive income streams that tickle your fancy, that you really want to get into, and add some additional revenue coming into your bank account every single month. And if you want to learn even more, here is a list of 5 books about passive income that I have either read or they're on my list to read next that I think could really help you in learning a little bit more about how to get set up, get structured, get ideas on what could be the best passive income stream for you as well. So the first one is the 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss. Now, this is a oldie but a goodie. It's been around since like the early 2000s, mid aughts. And this book kind of got me in trouble because it made me not want to work for an employer anymore. I got so many ideas from this book, and it just reframed so many um traditional things that we think that we have to go through life working a 9 to 5 forever and there's no other way. It really shook that whole system up for me. And so I have for the last like decade of my life been, working on finding a way outside of the traditional quote unquote rat race corporate America. Nothing wrong with having a 9 to 5 job. It's actually a great way to fund your passive income stream, but this book really opens up that whole different world, especially if it's new for you and you've never really considered something outside of the traditional way we're taught to do things here in the West, especially. The next book is going to be Passive Income Aggressive Retirement by Rachel Richards. Now, this book has hundreds and thousands of rave reviews on getting yourself up and running, and making sure that not only do you have your passive income system set up, but you also have a game plan for when you do finally early retire, because there are so many people who have reached financial independence, retire early, and then they are bored out of their minds, which sounds crazy to us who are not fully, tired early. But, the human mind is meant to do something. So, with nothing to do after a couple months, you kind of get bored of it. So, this book is great for really setting up your full game plan, your full system on what life is going to look like for you. All right, I'll go through the next three really quickly. So, the next book is going to be Quit Like a Millionaire by Christy Shang and Bryce Levy. Then you've got The $100 Startup by Chris Gulabag. I'm pretty sure I butchered that last name, but go look it up. I'll also leave the links for all these books in the description box below, in the comments section. And then finally, I just really love the title of this book. It's called Fire Your Boss by Jonathan Green. So here are 5 books that you can use. Read any one of them, listen to the audio book with Audible, which is my favorite, and really deep dive on what your plan is going to be for passive income. And if you are interested in getting into real estate and rental properties or even digital products, I have some great free resources in the comments section and description box below. So go ahead and check them out. They're free for you to use. Free 99 is always great. And you can get yourself on the journey, start learning about what it is that you might want to do. All right, now, if you want to take things even further, go ahead and check out this next video here, because once you pair it with everything you've learned today, it's going to take you even further than you could even imagine. See you next time.